Train to Busan is a Korean movie, a big budget Korean movie that's made it onto the screens over here. The easiest way to describe this movie is zombies on a train. So with that premise, I was enticed and I quickly booked my ticket and made my way to the cinema to see this zombie action Korean movie. The main character in this is a businessman father who has separated from his wife and doesn't really have time for his daughter. Now his daughter, who is around about the 6-7-year-old mark, wants to go and see her mother in Busan. And the father doesn't really have time, but he succumbs and decides to take her on the train and let her travel down there to meet her mother. When they're on the train, a zombie outbreak's happened and they are trapped on this speeding train with the infection spreading throughout. So far it sounds fairly Americanised, it sounds like a typical kind of story, but they do certain things with it that just make it a little bit above that ilk. It introduces lots of characters throughout this, and the kind of ones that normally would go like Survivor, they're dead straight away. You know who's going to be what. Not in this movie. They could literally take out anyone at any point. It could be an elderly woman, could be a young child, it just could be the hero. Anybody could die at any moment in this movie, and I found that to be totally refreshing because you're in the edge of the seat not knowing who's going to get attacked next. The best thing about the movie is the extremely tense scenes that it has. There's several I can think of straight away that just really rack up the tension in such a way that you're on the edge of the seat wondering what's going to happen next. There's a particular scene where it turns out that the zombies can't really see in darkness. They see by movement, so when they're going through long tunnels they can weave their way through the zombie horde. But as soon as the lights come back on again, as soon as they're out the tunnel, all bets are off and anybody again could die. And then the movie moves into the base plot pretty quickly. The zombies attack fairly early on and it's got kind of tongue-in-cheek kind of aesthetic about it. And I found the movie to be wholly enjoyable and it really drew me in. I was really interested in the characters and I wanted to see who was going to survive, who didn't, where it went from there, because it was nice. It was just unique. It's new to the zombie genre for the movies that I've seen. When the movie tries to force one of the characters into being a bad guy within this story, which is not needed because you've got these hordes of zombies anyway, but it turns one of its characters into a bad guy who I just could not wait to see him being decimated by these zombies. They get out of the train and they're running around and I felt that it just kept going on a bit too much there and it got a bit too sort of Americanised blockbustery type of feel about it and I felt kind of lost its way ever so much in the ending. But up until then it's a fantastically tense and exciting film and one that I can wholeheartedly recommend. Overall, I'm going to give Train to Busan 4 out of 5. It is really enjoyable, it is really tense, it is something new to the zombie movies, and even though it's subtitled, if that's not your thing, you don't really need to pay too much attention. There's not a whole host of story here. There's a little bit of backstory, but it's mostly about the atmosphere that the zombies create. The action's fun, the way the zombies are just really creepy and energetic, and they're kind of 28 days later fast zombies, so that's really adds some tension to the movie. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't heard of it, you like zombie movies, you're going to love this. I wholeheartedly suggest checking it out. So thanks for watching and I will see you next time on Man vs Film.